Welcome to the Annoyed Adult Podcast. I'm your host, Howard Cam. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about why people think they're owed something. We're going to discuss the ins and outs of entitlement. And I want to hear from you about what you think about it. And introducing, once again, my favorite co-host, my guest, Tina Hunt.
Favorite. I like that.
Yeah, we are friends, and you are...
You are my favorite friend.
You are my favorite friend. You really are my favorite friend.
Thank you.
And if you don't know that, Tina and I have been doing this podcast vlogging thing for quite a while now. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think in the past, we've dealt with a lot of entitled people. In fact, our last episode that we've done together, we talked about how we used to work at a jewelry store, well, separate jewelry stores. And we had a lot of entitled people. And when I think about entitlement and how this all came about on this sense of entitlement was that I would see customers, and even now in my old years, my middle-aged years, I would see these customers and they stand in line and they order something from the barista or from the clerk or from the cashier or whatever. And they always think they have this attitude. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I saw it the other day.
Tell me about that.
Okay. So I was at Foodland. Kaneohe. I was getting poke, and the guy in front of me, well, first he was miffed that there was no brown rice. So if you're getting brown rice with poke, I already judge you.
Yeah. Who the hell eats, you know who eats that, right? Mainland people. Mainland people eat poke with brown rice. But go ahead.
So he points to the poke, he's like, I want that one. And the girl's like, sir, I can't read that. The sign is in front of you. And he's like, well, I can't read it too. And I'm just like, that's really entitled, sir, that you can't look and read for a second.
Yeah, why? That is messed up. So I want to pull up the definition of entitlement that I found. Okay. So what I want to define entitlement as, and what I've read is, it is a belief that one is deserving of or entitled to certain privileges.
Oh, yeah.
Like they think they're owed.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's go through some examples of entitlement that I found online. And the first one is you expect the same rules that apply to others shouldn't apply to you.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Like, what do you mean I have to check in my bags? Don't you know who I am? I paid for first class. I'm like, well, you still got to check in your bags. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that is the one of the biggest ones. I must be so special. I'm so entitled that the rules don't apply to me, but they only apply to you. You plebe. you plebe.
Oh my God, yeah. I think that a lot of times, they make these rules to kind of make people more lower than themselves, obviously.
How about this one?
Okay.
You feel massively put upon when other people ask you for small favors, but expect that when you ask people for favors, it's no big effort.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. I hate that. I hate that when people do that. Like having like a coworker who's just, they act like, oh my God, this is the biggest thing you've ever asked of me. And then that you do the same thing over again. And it's catastrophic.
Or they do that huff.
Yeah.
That huff. You know the huff, right? Oh, how dare you?
God.
Why would you ask me such a thing?
I guess I have to do this.
Jesus.
It's like a Bruce Wayne despair. You know what I mean?
Why? It's like, I'm just asking if you would pass me the stapler. That's really all I'm asking here.
Yeah.
But then the entitled person would be like, well, now that I've gotten the stapler for you, I'd like you to come over and paint my house.
Right. It's never a philanthropy thing. It's more of a, well, since you did it, now I get to do this.
Yeah. Oh, it's not philanthropy. It is you owe me now.
Yes.
Because I did a solid for you, and the other person's like, you didn't do me a solid. That was just kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That is, yeah, that I see. I don't really. I see that here at work sometimes.
How so?
We have a coworker. Well, we had a coworker. He doesn't work anymore. Good riddance. It was terrible. By the way, I promised in my other episodes that I would talk about this guy.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to eventually talk about it.
Oh yeah, this has to be a whole episode.
Yeah, that has to be.
I've heard some things.
But this, like, you help him with one small thing, and then he would rip us over emails about how we don't help him do his things. I'm like, dude, you're asking for a lot.
Yeah.
Like, tit for tat, man. Let's keep it even.
Right.
All right. How about this one? You disregard rules that are intended for everyone's comfort. For example, signs asking you to please not put your feet on the chairs on the movies, or like no smoking.
Oh yeah, and then they just do whatever the hell they want.
Oh, let's talk about that. So you go to the movies a lot now?
Yeah, I do.
I haven't been to a movie since COVID started.
Oh.
I don't remember the last movie I saw.
Yeah, I go like almost every week.
I want to see Top Gun.
So good.
Don't spoil it for me.
I won't, but it's so good.
Okay, I want to see Top Gun Maverick. But the thing about theaters is I've never, ever recall putting my feet on a chair. Do people do that, though?
Yeah. You mean like with the recliners and all that?
Yeah, because here in Hawaii, probably almost everywhere else now, you pay for the seat and you reserve it online, and then it's a recliner style seat.
Right.
Right? Do you remember the old seats, though?
Oh my God.
Stadium seating? Yeah.
Where it was like basically like a wooden backing.
Yeah.
And you were expected to sit through Titanic on that.
Holy shit.
That chair. Yeah.
I remember the old style chairs. It was like a plastic stadium, like a bus seat. Folks, if you've ever been on a city bus, it's like that.
Yeah.
You're packed in like sardines, like shoulder to shoulder. And if you're a heavy set person, then no way. You're going to be so uncomfortable.
You're done. Yeah.
But I remember those old seats, and there was no reservation system.
Yeah.
You got there early, then had to fight someone to get the seat in the dead middle. Throw out sharp elbows. Like, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, I remember, and the seats were so close together that people used to put their feet on the back of your chair because maybe they're too tall.
See, that's gross. The recliner part, though, I don't know. I mean, where else are you supposed to put your feet?
Yeah, I don't think that's the case anymore with the feet. But how about things like people that vape?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. That's what bothers me. Like, it says like a no smoking. Yeah. And then you'll see someone vaping. I'm like, dude, there's no smoking in here.
Yeah.
But it's not smoke. It's vape. I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's still smoking.
As someone who occasionally vapes,
yeah,
I agree. It's a shitty thing to do.
You know when before the laws changed about vaping, where you had to be like 18 to buy? Yeah. And I hated vaping so much that I wanted to. This is how evil I am. Okay. I wanted to grab a bunch of children to go to go to the mall's vape shop, order it, and then vape in the mall because it wasn't illegal. It was not illegal for anyone under 18 to vape at the time. And just have like a bunch of 8th graders or 8-year-olds
with their cotton candy vapes with menthol.
Just start vaping in the mall. Right? Because there was no rule against vaping in the mall. There was no rule against buying it under 18 at the time when it first came out. Yeah. I was like, yeah, let's all just go grab a bunch of elementary school kids and vape at the mall. And
you used to work at an elementary school, right?
I used to work at elementary school.
That would have been hilarious if you did do that.
Yeah, it's like, kids, let's go to the mall. I will buy your vape pens and just start smoking.
Just a field trip.
Yeah, just a field trip. Yeah. And I think that would have changed a lot of people's attitudes and behaviors right away.
And lungs.
Yeah, because the entitlement, going back to the entitlement of it is like, they say like, well, there's no smoking. Like, oh, well, we're not smoking. We're vaping.
We're vaping. It's just air.
Yeah, it's just air. That's what they used to say, right? It's just vapor. Like, nah, it's more than that. Yeah, the inconvenience of others. Or for example, let's talk about freeloading.
Okay.
So another example of entitlement is you freeload. For example, you illegally download shows and movies. I don't know. I mean, there's a term here in Hawaii that we say no aku birds. And let me explain to you if you don't know what an aku bird is. An aku bird is a type of bird that when you're fishing and usually fishing for aku or ahi or whatever, the birds used to fly around the boat and try to pick off your catch. Uh-huh. So the term here in Hawaii when we say no aku birds is a person that doesn't bring anything to the party. Yeah. Like, I'm important enough, so I don't need to bring things. Like, oh, you got a cooler full of beer. Well, that's great. Good for you. I'll take one. It's like, did you bring anything? No.
I mean, that's kind of local style, too, when we're going to parties, right? You got to bring something.
Yeah, that's an aku bird.
Yeah.
So That's what we talk about when we talk about freeloading. And that's a form of entitlement.
Now you said freeloading as in getting like downloading
Yeah,
illegal movies and all that. I don't know. Is that really freeloading?
I mean, that's actually just straight up piracy.
So that's theft.
That's digital theft. But that's not really like I looked at this example of entitlement and freeloading. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But I can see the term freeloading where you just kind of like go somewhere and you don't bring anything.
Yeah.
Like you don't. That's not something someone should normally do. I mean, if you have manners.
Right. Right.
Where did they learn this entitled behavior?
Oh, narcissistic people, as I read before this thing, from shitty parenting.
Shitty parents. Like the parents did not instill this idea.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? It all comes back to the parents.
Huge revelation.
Interesting, right? Interesting.
So, well, I mean, like, you know, having those parents who are like, well, my kid definitely can't have that. You know what I mean?
So there was I have to tell you a little story. So we're in a Ross, and I was with my kids.
Yeah.
And I watched these kids ride by us on their scooters.
Yeah.
This is a true story, by the way. It happened just the other day.
Yeah.
And they left their scooters outside, their little Razor scooters.
Yeah.
They went inside of Ross, and my kids and I were going inside of Ross anyway.
Yeah.
And as we're walking around, I saw the kids just in the back, like sitting on the furniture on their phones. Like not like the furniture that you sit on, like we're sitting on now, the furniture for sale.
Oh.
Like they're just lounging, right? And so I'm like, only in this neighborhood would a bunch of kids, you know, because we're in Hawaii Kai, we're in a good neighborhood. Only a Hawaii Kai kid would just like leave their scooter leaned up against the wall while they go into a store.
Oh my God.
And so I told my kids,
fucking brats.
Yeah. Like I told my kids, and I said it loud enough so they heard me. I said, hey, you kids want free scooters? and my oldest is like, yeah. I'm like, great. Well, after we're done paying for the stuff we have now, we're going to go outside and take those scooters that we saw because it looked like someone was throwing them away. and I saw these two kids like get up and immediately book it out the door.
Holy shit.
This guy's going to steal our scooters. Yeah. Why the fuck would you do that? Because you have these parents that will probably buy you everything that you want.
Yeah.
And you think you're entitled to get new things because you don't take care of your old things.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from. That's shitty parenting.
That is shitty parenting.
Yeah.
So there's this parenting style. I actually really want to get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Because you're a teacher.
Okay.
It's the Montessori parenting method.
So
have you heard of that?
I heard the Montessori method is where like you have this child like discover what they want, and you kind of don't give them the easy answers, and you encourage learning through trial and error.
Yeah. Well, I've heard it's like gentle parenting, but I mean, you and I, we came from Asian families.
Yeah.
And that's far beyond gentle.
No, you got hit. You got hit, right? And it was
even better psychological damage.
Yeah, it wasn't child abuse. It was like, let me just beat you.
Yeah.
And that
you will learn today with these bits.
I mean, I need to learn more about the Montessori method. That's what I generally understand.
Yeah.
But I told my kids, like, you have to have some suffering in your life.
Yeah.
To learn. And like, what does that mean? It's like, there has to be some pain that you have to experience.
Yeah.
So you understand not to do it again, or you understand how valuable things are to you.
Yeah.
Like if you just got a free car every week because you crashed your other one, there's no value in it for you. It's just a hunk of junk to you.
Right.
But if I told you this is the only car you're going to get from now until the next 20 years, then you might take care of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that, I asked that because there was this one time where I was in a burrito shop and this kid was screaming at his grandmother, right? And she was trying to do the gentle thing, like, shh, don't yell. And he was like, no. And I just turned around and I said, stop screaming at your grandmother. And immediately he stopped.
Good.
So I'm wondering, like, you know, there's this new trend of gentle parenting. Like, is that going to make more kids entitled?
Oh, God, maybe, right? That's a whole other topic. But let's talk a little bit about that. Maybe the gentle parenting is creating a sense of entitlement because you don't have a definite consequence.
Yeah.
Versus, let me beat your ass with the belt.
Yeah. You feel immediate consequence with that.
Yeah, let me just whoop your ass right now. And no, I was a product of strict parenting.
Yeah.
But it helped me because it helped me like appreciate what I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the next topic. Let's talk about the inconveniencing of others. So, for example, you inconvenience others without thinking about it. You like cancel appointments, or you make reservations and you bail on them, or you bail on friends. Or you like, yeah. So basically, if you said like, I'm going to go into the store.
Yeah.
I'll be a minute. Then an hour and a half later, I'm still in the store.
Oh, yeah. But also, I mean, if that store is Target.
Yeah.
I understand a little bit.
For me, it's Home Depot.
Yeah.
For me, it's Home Depot.
No, but I mean, it's not having that empathy, right? Like not thinking about, hey, that person's sitting in the car. And
no respect for the other person's time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is like you think you're better than another person, like, or the person that like, the person that stands in line in front of you and you're the cashier and like they're asking a million questions.
I hate that.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
That bothers me.
That bothers me a lot.
Like clarify your question and ask it and then step aside.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they're arguing over coupons.
Oh
like
my God.
35 cents off and they're arguing over
If I gave you 35 cents, would you leave?
It's
worth it.
Times where I just want to be like, here's your dollar.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah, that is an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Like you have to have the argument right there and there's 8 other people in line.
Yeah.
Like just step aside. How about if you think it's easy, another example of entitlement would be if you think it's okay to upset or offend other people. You see people who like to keep the peace as weak.
Yeah, shit stirrers, right?
Yeah. Oh yes.
They like to stir the shit around.
But I think that's me.
Are you? Well, no. Wait. Let me backtrack. I can see where this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like justice.
Jesus Christ! In your bat cave.
I'm a big fan of justice.
Yeah.
Or like when I see something that's happening to someone.
Yeah.
That is clearly outside the norm.
Mm-hmm.
I want to act and correct it,
right.
Even if it means nothing to me. It doesn't involve me in the least, but I'm just a nosy Nancy, and want to jump in.
Now, do you think that that's being entitled, though?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Because I don't think that's being entitled. I think that's having empathy for someone else still. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to gain from it.
Yeah.
But no. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to, I don't know what I'm saying with that. Maybe I am trying to gain from it. Like I want justice. But like on Reddit, one of my favorite subreddits is robbers getting fucked.
There's a whole subreddit?
There is a subreddit called robbers getting fucked. And it's basically like people who try to like, and I always watch like the people on motorcycles or mopeds, they try to like snatch somebody's chain, right. And then a crowd comes out and just pulls them off the motorcycle and beats the shit out of them. Some of it's kind of gory though. Some of it's like they robbed the wrong person, they got shot.
Yeah.
Like carjacking's gone wrong and the carjacker gets killed. Or like, but I love it. I love that subreddit. Convenient Cop, that's a good one too.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love Convenient Cop.
Yeah. Yeah. Or r/leopards ate my face.
Oh, tell me about that one.
That one, it comes from a meme that's like, I'm surprised that the leopards ate my face, said the woman of the party of leopards that eat faces. Something like that. And it's basically like a whole subreddit of people entitled people.
Yeah.
Who are absolutely flabbergasted that the rules apply to them. Entitled
fuckwits.
Entitled fuckwits, yeah.
Damn. All right, let's work on one more.
Okay.
So last one, when working in groups, you think you should be the leader or get most of the credit.
Oh yeah. Or oh my God. I've had that in college before, which is why I hate group work in general.
Yeah, I'm not a big but see, how I used to do group work in college
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
So I tell my students it's the same thing. I'm like, when somebody wants to partner with you for group work, ask them what their cumulative GPA is. Because right, no, I'm serious. Because if it matches mine, then we can work. If I'm like 3.8 and you're like 2.6, I'm like, no fucking way. But that is entitlement. But you know what? Maybe entitlement works a little bit to my benefit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do poor work. I want to do good work.
True.
Great work.
True.
And I can't do great work if the person I'm partnered with is a slug.
Now, wait, so you've never had like those group projects where like you're just automatically assigned?
I have, and I hated all of them.
I hate those.
So I did this group project in college, and I'll never forget it because it was a time where a paper was due. This is a fall semester. Yeah. So the paper was due before the winter breaks. And I remember right around Thanksgiving, my partner and I turned in our parts. Her name's Emi Hashi. She got married, by the way. Oh, nice. But she's always been my best partner ever through college. Anyway, so her and I did our parts of our big paper. Yeah. And we asked this other person that was on our team, where's yours? Right. And she didn't do it. So I was so pissed off that I said, where are you right now? And she goes, well, I'm in Waikiki. I'm like, where? And she goes, she's by the Starbucks on Lure Street. So I met with her. I'm like, we're going to knock it out right now. All eight pages of your side, we're going to do it right now.
You went to where she was?
Yeah. Yeah, I was pissed. Because I don't, if she didn't do her part, then we would have bombed it.
That's like the level of I will find you and I will kill you.
I am the Liam Neeson of group work, of group projects. You didn't do your part.
I will find you.
I will find you. I know where you live. You son of a bitch. But no, her and I sat and we did her part. So over Thanksgiving, I knocked out her section and oh God.
Did she even say thank you?
I don't even remember. I
don't
remember.
That's entitled.
But I do remember I loaned her one of my textbooks and she didn't return it. And at graduation, I asked her, like, hey, do you have my book? She goes, I sold it back to the bookstore. I'm like, you fucking bitch.
What the fuck?
That's not your fucking book.
What the fuck?
I like my textbooks. Like, look behind you right now. Those are my textbooks. I kept most of my textbooks because I like them. Yeah. Because I'm a nerd.
But even so, it's just the idea of selling someone else's shit that's not yours. Yeah. Fucking entitlement.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's entitlement. That wraps up the show.
Well, that's it. That's the show. That bitch is the show.
Yeah. You mother.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't believe she would do that, dude.
Yeah, she sold my book.
That's fucked up.
And I really like that book.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And by the way, where's your book?
Yeah, I know.
We're supposed to all buy this book. I bought mine. Bitch.
Oh my God.
Right now, someone's listening to this podcast and they're like, oh my God, I think he's talking about me.
I think this is me.
We get these hateful comments.
I did meet this guy once at McDonald's and he did my work. And it was
a Starbucks. It was Starbucks, Lure Street, Waikiki, Thanksgiving.
If you're listening, that was me.
If you're listening, I'm talking about you. Tina, I want to thank you very much for being part of the show today.
Hey, man. It's always fun doing this.
And folks, thank you very much for listening to the Annoyed Adult Podcast. As always, I'm your Annoyed Adult, Howard Cam, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.